Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 30th of December 2021. This morning I overheard a video, because it was my wife Lorraine watching it, a YouTube video with Carl Vernon. I don't know which one it was because I was just overhearing it, but it's a recent one and it featured some lady, American lady, who was saying that she is a Fauci groupie. She kind of does that thing to a fanatical extent. She's triple thatted and she follows all the rules, and she said she always wears those unless she's sitting down, she said, and that was kind of the point of Carl Vernon's video, which makes her out to be pretty stupid, really, because she does all of that stuff apart from when she's sitting down, which was the point of his video, but that's not the point of mine. My point would be is, when will these lurgy fanatics, as I call people like that, when will they kind of twig that people at the other end of the spectrum, which is people like me, probably people like you as well, when will they twig that, hang on a minute, these people, they're actually still alive? I remember quite a few London shopping trips ago, I think it was the one in July, I got chatting to a guy who watches my videos. Not sure if he still watches them now, but he was a very nice guy, and he was a teacher in a busy school, and both of his children, he said, go to the same school as well as the one he teaches in. And all three of them have never, since day one, ever worn one of those. And everybody else, both pupils and teachers, have been wearing them all the way through, up to that point anyway, July. And he said to me, because he keeps joking with his kids, when is everybody else going to twig that all three of them are actually still alive? And you just got to ask this question. And one of the reasons why I am so skeptical of the whole lurgy situation, well, there's two reasons really. One of them is just critical thinking and common sense, and the other is personal experience. Because, as you probably know by now, I'm a working electrician. I do pretty much totally domestic work, so I'm in and out of people's houses day in, day out. And right at the start of this nonsense, I had a little bit of a quiet period, didn't have hardly any work at all from when lockdown was announced, whenever it was, 23rd of March here in the UK, through until the end of the April of last year. And that was when things started coming back, and ever since the end of April last year, right the way through to now, things have just been normal for me as far as work's concerned. And I'd estimate that in that time I have probably done about 400 jobs. So, if you take out weekends, days off, and other bits and pieces like that, it's probably equates to sort of about 400 working days in that, pretty much whatever it is, 18, 19, 20 month period. And on average, I go into 2 houses a day, and on average there is 2 people in each house. So that's sort of 400 jobs, so that's 400 working days, so kind of 800 jobs or 800 houses, and 1,600 contacts, not all sort of different people, which I'll come on to in a minute, but you can call that 1,600 contacts. So with all those 1,600 contacts, obviously I haven't had that at all, and for a large portion of that time the majority or all of those customers haven't had that either. There's been precious little wearing of those. Obviously I haven't done so at all when working, or anything else for that matter, and most of my customers haven't had those on either. The odd one here and there has, but the vast majority haven't. Precious little social distancing, and a few of my customers have just come up to me and sort of shaken my hand, you know, when I've sort of left after doing a good job for them, and you know, they don't really sort of care about the whole handshaking thing. And I'm still here despite all of that, and sort of just not really following the rules whatsoever. I'm still here, and all of my customers are still here as well. I stressed that it is 1,600 contacts rather than 1,600 different people, because a lot of those visits were to the same people. So I know for a fact that all my customers are still here as well. So don't go accusing me of this blimmin' stupid super spreader thing, because that hasn't happened either. And I'd just like to ask you, given all that experience, and I think I'm pretty unique in my personal experience, I don't think there's many people around who have been into so many different properties and met so many different people in these last 20 months or so, and being someone who is and someone who doesn't wear those. So there's probably a few other sort of guys and gals who watch this who go into sort of customers without any of those sort of precautions as well. But probably as a whole, up and down the country, I don't think there's many people in my same situation. So I've got to ask you, does that make me a walking medical miracle? Or more likely, do you think that means this whole thing is just a lot of BS? And I know which one I'd take, because I'm certainly no walking medical miracle. I'm not exactly the fittest person in the world. I'm not too bad. I can walk a couple of miles, no problem, but I'm certainly not the fittest person in the world. So I don't think it's the fact that I'm a walking medical miracle. So that just leaves you with one thing. And given that experience, my question is to these lurgy fanatics, it's just, when will you look at me, see that I've been all right and all the people who I mix with are okay as well? And when will it twig that this whole thing might just possibly be a load of nonsense? Tim from Fair Play now, thanks for watching.